All right, let's dive into the shadowy, high-stakes world of the action thriller, The Contractor. This is a story about a world-class assassin, a mission that goes completely off the rails, and a desperate, pulse-pounding fight for survival. So, let's get right to it.
And these are the words that kick everything off. Talk about pressure, right? A direct order, zero room for error. This one line from his handler is all it takes to launch our guy into a mission where failure just isn't an option.
So, our story begins in London, with what's supposed to be a pretty standard assignment. This is the setup, where we meet the key players and find out exactly what needs to be done. Okay, so let's meet the cast. Our main guy is James Dial, a seriously skilled covert operative. His target is a man named Ali Mahmoud Jahar, a big deal prisoner. And the man calling the shots? That's Jeremy Collins, who makes it crystal clear this is a very hush-hush, off-the-books operation.
The mission itself is brutally simple. See, Jahar is about to have a little chat with British intelligence, and he knows things that could be a huge political disaster, especially about past U.S. involvement with his whole operation. So this isn't just about stopping a conversation, it's about burying a piece of history that's become, let's say, inconvenient. And the key is, it has to be a clean, quiet kill.
But of course, if it was that easy, we wouldn't have a movie, would we? What should have been a routine job just completely falls apart in seconds. Which brings us to part 2, the failure, the moment everything goes sideways.
And you can just feel how fast it all unravels. Dial has Jahar right in his crosshairs. 10 seconds, 5, and then, at the absolute last second, his view is blocked. The target's covered, the shot's gone, and just like that, the entire mission explodes into pure chaos.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Those are the words from Dial's local guy Terry as they're scrambling to get away. This isn't just a small hiccup, it's a total catastrophic failure. The mission is blown wide open, and the consequences are immediate and very, very violent.
And that failure leads us straight into the next, terrifying phase of the story, the betrayal. The mission is toast, and in an instant the tables are completely turned. Dial is no longer the hunter, he's now the one being hunted, and by the very same people who hired him.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, because Dial is suddenly fighting a war on 2 fronts. You've got Scotland Yard on one side, hunting him down as a murderer in a high-profile case, but even worse, on the other side you've got his own agency trying to eliminate him. To the cops, he's a criminal. To his old bosses, he's just a liability that needs to be erased.
And here's exactly why. Dial is now what they call a loose end. Think about it. He knows who ordered the hit, he knows all the details, and that knowledge makes him a massive threat to Collins and the whole operation. In their world, the only way to clean up a mess like this is to get rid of everyone who knows about it.
So he's wounded, he's on the run, he's totally alone. And then help comes from the last place you'd ever expect. This is where we get a little glimmer of hope in all the chaos, an unlikely alliance.
And this is where Emily Day enters the picture. She's just a neighbor in the same building as Dial's safe house. But when she finds him hurt, instead of calling the cops, she helps him. She brings him food, patches him up, and very quickly becomes the one and only person on the entire planet that he can actually trust.
I love this line from Emily. It just perfectly sets up their whole relationship. She basically admits she's a liar herself, and because of that, she can see right through his tough guy act and actually believes him when he says he's being framed. It's a weird way to build trust, but somehow it works. Okay, so Dial figures out pretty quick that he can't just run forever. He decides it's time to stop playing defense and go on the attack. This is his final, desperate move, taking the fight straight to the people who betrayed him.
He has this aha moment. He realizes the only way he's getting out of this alive is to prove his innocence by blowing the lid off the whole conspiracy. And his real target isn't the guys chasing him on the street. It's the man at the very top, his old handler, Jeremy Collins.
So how's he going to pull this off? Well, he's got a plan, and it is a risky one. First, he's got leverage, a secret recording of Collins ordering the hit. He uses that to get in touch with Inspector Ballard, the main detective on the case. Then he sets up a super high-stakes meeting to hand over the proof, knowing full well it's going to trigger a final, violent showdown with Collins' kill team. And when Dial finally gets face-to-face with Inspector Ballard, this is the bombshell he drops. See, the recording isn't just about this one mission. It's proof of a long, dark history of illegal hits, all signed off by Collins. This just blows the whole thing wide open. It's not about one failed job anymore, it's a massive scandal.
And it all comes to a head in one heck of a final confrontation.
With Inspector Ballard now convinced and on his side, Dial manages to survive the setup, Collins' team is taken down, and the whole conspiracy is finally dragged out into the light.
So what happens after the dust settles? Well, Dial's name is cleared. He vanishes, of course, but not before he sends a letter to Emily, the woman who saved his life. He invites her and her grandmother to come live at his ranch in America, basically offering them both a fresh start.
And all of this really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? In this hidden world of secret ops, when the people in charge are the ones breaking the rules, who's there to stop them? The film seems to suggest that sometimes the only person who can hold them accountable is the one they made the mistake of leaving alive.